يوم السبت اللي راح بدأت بطولة كأس العالم الفورتنايت 2025. أكثر من تريو مرشح بشكل قوي للفوز بالبطولة. هذا الفيديو هو ملخص لأحداث بطولة كأس العالم، فقبل لا نبدي لا تنسى الصلاة على النبي محمد عليه أفضل الصلاة والسلام، ولا تنسى اللايك والاشتراك حتى نصير أكبر قناة فورتنايت بالشرق الأوسط. ويلا نبدي المقطع. يبدي الجيم الأول بفايت الأوف سبون بين تايسون وبطل الإف سي اس فريدوكس. وراح نوصل للاند جيم. الجيم الاول راح للكندي، بس هاي بس البداية قبل لا يطلع عنا تريو كويزي بافضل اداء اله. فازوا الجيم الثاني بس ما وقفوا لهنا، وقرر كويزي يشوف العالم ليش هو افضل اي جي ال باللعبه.
But Swizzy distracted for a short moment. A lot of his shields go out the window. Luckily for him, his entire trio is still there. It's uncontested games count as Banya's making a play, challenging for the high ground. He has it for now, but how long can he hold on to it? Banya doesn't even care that it's just a 2 versus 3. He still tries to take that challenge, but Swizzy immediately, not against my IGL. I've got the backup here. Swizzy taking him out. Banya, sorry that it's a fellow gentleman, but it's just business, not personal. Cammy also eliminated for Stash. Now trying to see if he can take out Chap along the way, but Savage, Mr. Savage still making it work. This is it. It's basically all EU here in the end game. Chap down below, trying to make a play. He's gonna get cut short. Reason as well. It's all to Savage, but no, the entire trio ends up back in the lobby. Swizzy has finally come down. He's ready to steal this game away. They have 12 eliminations already matching their last game win. Don't count out Pig's Darman Demons though. These guys love winning through the low ground. We've seen them do it time and time again. And Queasy with no materials. Pig's also no materials. Hydra working directly behind the team on low ground.
but they're going to be forced to drop. They don't have the materials to keep tarping through that mid-ground section. And underneath, where all the congestion is very likely to start pooling into, that's just open season now for Queasy, Swizzy, and Mustache.
Not enough. He gets steamrolled by Darm. Marius is the one who took down Boyo. Him and Vanya are feeling the pain as well, because they have to do it without Pixie.
But they've at least got frontside low control, and that's going to have to be enough. They're going to need as many eliminations as possible because they need more materials. And we haven't even started the conversation of how to deal with Queasy, Swizzy, and Mustache up above. Everybody else in this lobby looking substantially healthier too.
I feel like I've seen this episode of Fortnite before. Game 2, Game 3, and it's looking like it could be possible for Game 4. 370 points and counting. Only 2 teams in front of him. Both of them weak. Vanya trying to do what he can, but he only has one teammate, Marius, as well. But the full trio up above. They get the wipe onto one. They're looking to close this one out as well. Marius in his line of sight, but Swizzy, he takes a big shot. That's a surprise attack. Luckily for him, his 2 teammates have his back. Mustache gets the drop on the Marius, stays alive. They're targeting out Vanya. 3v1 situation, and they go back to win another game.
When have you ever seen on the global stage the Tripskis of Victory Royale?
Games, something that has never been done on that region of EU ever before and ever again. And this could be that moment in his fight. It is going to be them as Marius is forced outside the zone. Almost a 1v1 against Clicks, and Clicks gets the knock. Can he get the elimination? No, he can't. No siphon for him, but the battle, the inevitability is finally here. Vico's taking charge, but he's also taking most of that damage. Clicks is forced to reload. Benno is in that mid-cut as well. A challenge that they did not find success on, but relatively so. Even if they might not have the high ground, they put Queasy and Mustache on the back foot.
And that's the problem, Queasy, Mustache. They could still tank a little bit of zone here just because of that exotic fizz, but at the same time, Vico, Benno, Blixie, they're now trying to remind everybody this might be it's Queasy's tourney so far, but we still want to take it from them. Mustache finding the biggest elimination on the Benno, the siphon carrying him forward. The hopes of Gentleman now resting on his shoulders. Blixie trying to hang, but Blixie wins it all, shutting down the dream here for Queasy.
كويزي فاز الجيم الثالث والرابع وجاب المركز الثاني بالجيم الخامس بأداء أسطوري. نوصل الجيم السادس والأخير من اليوم الأول اللي راح البطل الFNCS فريدوكس.
Players down low, they're distracted up above, and now 2 distracted, they drop down, surprise attack coming from above, down goes Queasy, Pixie's gonna follow as well, Vanya's now by himself, he gets taken down by Chino, Pablo, Tino, they're the only 2 alive for the team from high ground to low, they're trying to take the fight to Demas, and that one is gonna be solidified, and a much needed siphon comes in just in time, a 2v1 situation, and it's Pix, he's so far out of zone, and the last medkit has already been used, a last desperation attempt to make his way into the zone, and it does not work. Prodoxy, Pablo, and Gino take the game.
نشوف الليدر بورد. المركز الأول طبعا مو غريب، كويزي ب 521 نقطة بفرق على أقرب منافس إليه ماريوس ب 185 نقطة. اليوم الأول أحداثه كانت هواي، من أغربها تيم مثل بيتر بوت كان بالمركز ال 24. هسه نروح لليوم الثاني بالجيم السابع، هم نبدي بفايت الأوف سبان بين تايسون فريدوكس.
He's trying to see if he can wrap around, provide a little bit of supportive measures. Hey, Triss is gonna fall. This could be everything right now, but Gino, he's trying to wrap around. Gino knows we might as well just finish this elimination off. We don't want to allow any kind of revive opportunity. 2 eliminations locked in though, with Tyson having fallen to Chicho. Chicho barely standing, but it's all for Doxy, Pablo, and Gino to win it out. Now let's see what they're really about for these end games.
نوصل للاند جيم ونشوف كويزي بالهاي مرة ثانية، بس بويو قرر يبوشهم.
ready to battle it out. M8 versus M8 as Boyo's ready to take on the competition, but towards the backside of zone, they chop it all down. Queasy, he saw that one coming from a mile away.
That's exactly why they had Mustache over ahead, still looking to try and build things out here, but Swizzy blocking off Acorn so professionally. Everybody's been chopped though. They're all falling down. Agers has been eliminated. Boyo and Acorn trying to go right back up on the height, but it's Malabuka, it's Lux, it's Ping. They're the ones that have fully overthrown the high ground. They're the ones that are ready to find their first victory royale.
Mustache Queasy still as a duo, but they're still holding that first place spot. Kanata is gonna go down. Only 3 of the teams in our top 5 still alive. Mustache, Queasy, they're trying to be heroes, but Queasy not only takes a big shot, he loses Swizzy across the way. Mustache has to figure out a way to reunite into the same box. They do that very, very quickly, but it's not gonna matter. Queasy goes down, Mustache gets the elimination, but he's all by himself.
The Fairlane sacrifice might have been everything that they needed, though. Mustache Tarpy like a madman, just trying to block off every possible angle. He knows there might be an opening, a teammate underneath that's just so much worse off than he currently is. But instead, it's both Kanata and Rapid. He's looking to play spoiler, but he can't get enough damage applied. Mustache still somehow, some way, tarping through this middle layer, and nobody seems to be cutting him off just yet, but he's running out of material, and Malabuka walks from overhead. They've lost Ping. Ping thought that he could take out Darm in the process. Instead, he loses so light.
Somehow, Rapid, Kanata, Bolts all still alive on the low ground. Even with Bolts going down, they got the front side of zone and a chance to get the revive. A couple eliminate trying to stay alive. Malabuka and Walk still on high ground, raining and fire down from above. They get that knock on the Kanata, and you see the Flowberry Fizz coming out. They're getting ready. The inevitability, the drop down from above, it comes in. Kanata gets cleaned up. The Siphon comes into play. Walks is doing damage. Malabuka is causing pain.
Walks and Malabuka, they might just be able to do it, Chap. Not going to be able to withstand the pressure here. Malabuka with a huge cleanup shot. Walks now just needs to seal this one out. And just like that, Malabuka and Walks, they take down Pixie.
ويروح الجيم للاعب الروسي ماليبوكي. الجيم الثامن نشوف تيم ماريوس بالهاي جراوند.
But they're shooting into a box that nobody's even inside.
Those put into the south, they got lots to figure out. Swizzy, Queasy now as a duo. We've seen them dominate from the skies, but how good can you guys take it? Swizzy wants it, looks to chop. Pixie, Marius, Vanya, they've held on well for now, but this is the hard part. Can they continue to hold on as the 11th zone ends?
See the double pump coming out from Marius. That's not going to deal a ton of damage or even pressure. Marius is dropping down along with Pixie, staying for the backside of zone. They're making sure nobody can flank him as Bolts takes down Cammy. He is a solo champion on land before third parties. He's looking to have a masterclass performance here. 600 points. Swizzy is just trying to keep them going across that finish line, scrambling in and outside of the zone. The Slurp
تيم
Juice
كويزي
just
يطلع
a
بالتوب
little
6.
too late.
He just can't do it. Storm sickness coming into effect. They spent so much time outside of the zone, but now Watts trouble on the high ground here for Vanya Boo Boo. Watts still trying to see if he can commandeer it for himself. Gonna have to use the Flowberry Fizz. Probably only a matter of seconds before he might get chopped down or force the drop and enter the fight down below. Panzer Seti and Yapko, the 11, they're so healthy.
Yapko, they're looking strong, but can they close it out on the low ground? Demush will fall. And so now, Seti, Panzer, Yapko looking to remind the rest of the competition that they are in it for the win. Watts has no more HP to hold.
تيم ماريوس طلع بالتوب الثاني ويروح الجيم للسيتي. الجيم التاسع نشوف ماريوس بالهاي جراوند وتريو كويزي بس ميرستاش عايش منه. ميرستاش يموت بالتوب 13.
Right next to him, they're causing so much catastrophe. But Pickstorm and Demons, that's a fight they might be willing to take.
ونشوف اللاعب البرازيلي فيزر يطر الفانيات ويشيله. وبعدها كينج الأرجنتيني يخلص على تريو ماريوس بالتوب 4.
survive. They're the only team on the low ground in the zone.
Sphinx and Shadow, they don't have a chance. They can't push through. They know they need to find a way to break open. But darn, that's a big shot. That's all that they needed. Phaser, last man standing on high. Pig still trying to see where's this last player. He's looking to chop out Phaser. Whether or not Phaser can even drop, does he have the blueberry fizz? Will he fall before he gets the chance? He was hoping somebody else would deal with Poland, but Pigs and Demons.
ويروح الجيم البيكسي. نوصل للجيم العاشر ونشوف ماريوس بالهاي جراوند مرة ثانية. الجيم شبه كان محسوم من ماريوس لحد ما اللاعب التركي ماز يقرر يعذبهم.
He's gonna go down. Vanya trying to stay up. Two different med kits, two splashes left, and it's a 1v3 situation.
No, there's so much space in between them. Shadow still has 130 left in the med mist, but Vanya, 4 bandages, still has the splashes. Is Storm Sickness going to come into effect, or will Shadow manage to do it with the med mist? Vanya scrambling. He found another med kit. Where does it keep coming from? But he can't hold on. It's completely over. It was an excellent attempt.
نوصل للجيم قبل الأخير. كل من تريو كويز وماريوس طلعوا من وقت ونوصل للإند جيم. التيم العربي خالد وهيرو وفكس كانوا هاي جراوند لحد ما بيتر بوت دخل عليهم.
Get enough to move into the top 4, but Peterbot now battling for it all. He is by himself. Hold and Ritual are all down below, and he's done it. He's gotten the high ground. He's gotten an elimination. Here he is. He's finally woken up from his slumber, and he's continuing to pressure down and stealing the high ground away. He joins Ritual and Cold on the other side and takes what's theirs.
Yesterday, Peterbot said, it's my day off, but today, it's a whole new beast coming alive here in the final hour. And he's gonna have to crash directly into Reed Cooper and Curly. But the moment they head down, they're taken out by Peterbot.
Reed just getting targeted from up above. He loses all of his materials, has no other choice. But another team contests towards the high ground. Cold, Ritual, and Peterbot. They're 4 scrambling around, figuring out a way to reunite. The Flowberry Fizz does come out. That's Kisco, that's Striker, that's Kanu. They've taken down NA's best, but it's only for so long. Revenge comes in, and it comes in quick. Cold gets it down onto 1. No siphon just yet. He needs to buy time. No extra build, and he's facing Reason on the other side. But high ground disrupts the foe. Down they go. 3v3 here for the end game. Kami, Hadi, that's relatively loose because Eyedrop is down. Kadu, Striker, and Tisco, they could take it all.
And this is what the international scene has needed all weekend long. But no, Kami, Hadi, Kami's not going to be able to make it through. It's only Tisco, Striker, and Kadu left to deal with Hadi. But Hadi will be forced to charge forward. He tries to head towards the high
ويروح
ground,
الجيم
but he just
الديسكو البرازيلي. هنا يبقى الجيم الأخير والفرق بين كويز وماريوس 50 نقطة بس، أي يعني الجيم الأخير راح يحسم كل شيء ويحدد البطل.
On the high ground right now, they're getting challenged, but they're fighting for it all. It's Pixie, it's Marius, and Vanya. If they want the win,
فانيا يشيل سويزي وماز يشيل ميرستاش. بانزر يشيل فانياك ويبقى كل من فانياك وبيكسي وكويزي بالجيم. كويزي يطلع بالتوب 11.
But where's Queasy? Pixie and Marius, they're so incredibly low. They're not going to be able to save Vanya. They'll at least get everything that he had to offer at the final moments. But Marius, Pixie, as a duo, they've got to find Queasy. They don't know where he's gone off to. Steady in the low ground. If Marius and Pixie aren't careful, they might run smack dab into the center of where all the congestion is building at. But they're crash padding up. They're trying to get back on the height. They know what is in front of them, and they want to take it by force.
They already have second place locked in. It's all or nothing. Down goes BH in
كويزي يطلع بالتوب 6.
They're one of 3 teams left alive. Panzer's trying to move in, 20 HP. He's quickly running out of build. Seti as well, but he's gonna go out. Cammy, his invitational partner, abandoned again. He ends his show. He said, no, you will not pass me. You will not take my money. As Cooper and Curly are still down below. 2v3 situation, 3v1.
ويروح الجيم الكامل. كويزي فاز البطولة بفرق 47 نقطة على ماريوس، واثبت انه هو افضل IGL باللعبة بعد ما جاب المركز الثاني بكأس العالم 2022 وكأس العالم 2024، وهسه صار بطل العالم لفورتنايت 2025. اذا عجبك الفيديو لا تنسى اللايك والاشتراك، واذا حاب تدعمني اكثر كود الشوب جاتر. اشوفكم بالمقطع الجاي، في امان الله.